I never thought it would happen to me. Being a youth pastor in Harmony Creek, Oklahoma, it wasn't like I was exactly living on the edge. Harmony Creek is the kind of place where everyone knows everyone else's business. And most folks have been going to the same church since they were knee-high to a grasshopper. I'm Sarah, by the way. 33 years old, give or take a few wrinkles I swear weren't there last year. On the surface, everything looked picture perfect. A cozy little house with a porch swing, a job I was supposedly passionate about, a congregation that patted me on the back and told me how much they appreciated my dedication. But inside, I was a mess of tangled up doubts and yearnings. See, Harmony Creek Community Church, bless their hearts, wasn't exactly known for its open-mindedness. Their version of the Bible was, well, let's just say it was missing a few pages on compassion and inclusivity. We were taught to fear the world, to keep our circle tight, and to judge those who didn't fit our narrow definition of righteous. And that's where the trouble started for me. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. I saw the pain in the eyes of the kids who were struggling with their identity, the quiet desperation of the divorced single mom trying to make ends meet, the loneliness of the elderly folks who felt forgotten. And every Sunday, I was up there preaching a message that just didn't seem to connect to their reality. A message that felt hollow. I started questioning everything. Was God really this judgmental, this exclusive? Did he only love the people who ticked all the right boxes? I mean, wasn't Jesus all about love and acceptance? But the more I questioned, the more isolated I felt. I couldn't exactly voice these concerns to the elders. That'd be career suicide. My faith, the very foundation of my life, was crumbling under the weight of these doubts. I prayed. Oh, how I prayed! I begged God for clarity, for guidance, but all I got was silence. Crickets. It felt like I was talking to a brick wall. I felt like a fraud, a hypocrite, standing up there talking about love and grace while secretly feeling like I was living a lie. The weight of it all was crushing me. I was exhausted, emotionally drained, and desperately lonely. I was yearning for a community, a place where I could be authentic, where I could explore my faith without judgment. Then came the night it all changed. It was a Tuesday, I think. Or maybe Wednesday. Doesn't matter now. The rain was coming down in sheets, turning the country roads into slick, treacherous rivers. I was driving home from a late-night youth group meeting. The kids were restless that night, full of questions I couldn't answer. I was tired, distracted, and honestly, just wanted to curl up in bed and disappear. I remember the headlights of the oncoming truck blinding me in the downpour. I swerved, trying to avoid it, but it was too late. The world went black. They told me later that I was clinically dead for about 6 minutes. 6 minutes? Doesn't sound like much, does it? But in those 6 minutes, I experienced something that shattered everything I thought I knew about life, death, and everything in between. First, there was the sensation of floating, like my body was weightless, detached. I could see the wreckage of my car, the flashing lights of the emergency vehicles. And I could see myself, lying motionless, on the hood of my mangled car. It was strange. Not scary, just detached. Like I was watching a movie. Then, I was moving, soaring upwards, faster and faster. The rain, the wreckage, the small town of Harmony Creek, all of it receded into the distance. I was surrounded by a brilliant golden light, a light that felt like love. Pure, unconditional love. I wasn't alone. There were beings there. Not angels with wings and harps, like the Sunday school pictures, but beings of pure energy, radiating warmth and understanding. And they were welcoming me. Then I saw him. Jesus. But not the Jesus of the stained glass windows, the solemn figure with the crown of thorns. This Jesus was laughing, his eyes twinkling with mischief. He was surrounded by, well, everyone. There were LGBTQ1 folks, holding hands and dancing. There were people of different faiths, praying and meditating side by side. There were people who looked like they were questioning everything, just like me, asking tough questions and getting honest answers. There were Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, even atheists, people of all colors, all backgrounds, all beliefs, and they were all happy. They were all connected. They were all loved. Jesus didn't preach or judge. He just smiled. He led me through this vibrant community, introducing me to people, listening to their stories. He showed me how they supported each other, how they celebrated their differences, how they found common ground in their shared humanity. He showed me a young man who in my previous life I would have been taught to shun and pity. He was gay and HIV positive, but in this place he was vibrant, loved, and accepted. He was painting a mural on a wall, depicting scenes of inclusivity, acceptance, and celebrating diversity. He showed me a Muslim woman who wears a hijab, sitting next to a Jewish rabbi. They were discussing the similarities between their faiths, finding common ground in their shared belief in one God. And then he took me to a circle where a group of atheists were discussing morality and ethics. They believed in doing good, but they were doing it for the sake of humanity, not for the promise of a reward in the afterlife. It was beautiful. It was breathtaking. It was everything I had been yearning for. Then he looked at me, right in the eyes, and said, "Sarah, my love extends to all. True faith lies in building bridges of understanding, not walls of judgment. Remember the least of these." He didn't say it with a booming voice or a wagging finger. It was a gentle whisper, a loving reminder, a truth that resonated deep within my soul. He showed me the earth, but from a different perspective. I could see the interconnectedness of all things, the web of life that bound us together. I could see the pain and suffering, but also the beauty and resilience. He showed me the potential for humanity to create a world of peace, love, and understanding. A world where everyone is valued, respected, and celebrated. Then he showed me my own life, the path I had been on. He showed me the missed opportunities, the moments where I had chosen judgment over compassion, the times I had hidden my doubts instead of embracing them. He didn't condemn me. He simply showed me. And in that moment, I understood. I understood that God's love is boundless, unconditional, and available to everyone, regardless of their beliefs, their background, or their lifestyle. I understood that true faith is not about blindly following rules or adhering to dogma. It's about opening your heart to love, embracing diversity, and building bridges of understanding. I understood that we are all connected, that we are all part of something bigger than ourselves, and that our purpose in life is to love, to serve, and to make the world a better place. Then Everything faded. The light, the beings, Jesus, the vibrant community, all of it disappeared. I was back in my body, lying in a hospital bed, surrounded by beeping machines and concerned faces. The doctors called it a miracle. They couldn't explain how I had survived. They said I should be dead. But I wasn't dead. I was reborn. The Sarah that woke up in that hospital bed was not the same Sarah that had driven down that rain-slicked road. I was different, transformed. I knew what I had to do. Leaving Harmony Creek Community Church wasn't easy. There were tears, accusations, and a lot of confused looks. Some folks thought I'd lost my mind. Others thought I was possessed by the devil. But I couldn't stay there, preaching a message I no longer believed in. I had to be true to myself, to the truth I had experienced. So, I packed my bags, said goodbye to the few friends who understood, and set out on a new adventure. It wasn't easy. There were times I doubted myself, times I wondered if I had made the right decision, times I missed the comfort and security of my old life. But I pressed on, driven by the memory of that vibrant community, by the love in Jesus' eyes, by the message I had received. I started a new ministry, a ministry of inclusivity and acceptance, a place where people of all backgrounds, all beliefs, could come together to explore their spirituality without judgment. We held services in parks, in community centers, in people's homes. We welcomed everyone, regardless of their sexual orientation, their religious affiliation, or their political views. We focused on building relationships, on finding common ground, on celebrating diversity. We volunteered in soup kitchens. We organized community cleanups. We advocated for social justice. We created a space where people felt safe, loved, and accepted. A space where they could be their authentic selves without fear of judgment. It wasn't always easy. We faced opposition, criticism, and even threats. But we persevered, driven by our belief in the power of love and acceptance. And slowly, but surely, we began to make a difference. People started to come out of the shadows. People who had felt marginalized, excluded, and unloved. They found a home with us. They found a community. They found hope. I learned so much from them. I learned about the pain of rejection, the struggle for acceptance, and the power of resilience. I learned that love is stronger than hate, that compassion is more powerful than judgment, and that hope can conquer despair. I learned that God's love truly does extend to all. My near-death experience changed my life forever. It shattered my old beliefs, it opened my heart to new possibilities, and it gave me a purpose. I am no longer the same person I was before that rainy night. I am more compassionate, more understanding, and more loving. I am a bridge builder, a peace seeker, and a champion of inclusivity. I am a follower of Jesus, but not in the way I used to be. I am a follower of love, a follower of truth, and a follower of hope. And I am grateful for every moment of this life, even the difficult ones. Because I know that everything happens for a reason, that everything is part of a larger plan. I know that we are all connected, that we are all part of something bigger than ourselves, and that our purpose in life is to love, to serve, and to make the world a better place. So, I encourage you to reflect on your own life, on your own beliefs, and on your own purpose. Ask yourself, are you building bridges of understanding or walls of judgment? Are you embracing diversity or clinging to exclusivity? Are you loving unconditionally or judging harshly? Remember, God's love extends to all. True faith lies in building bridges of understanding. And never forget that you are loved, you are valued, and you are worthy. Before I wrap up, I want to encourage you to think about the message from my experience. Take a moment to consider how you can apply it to your own life, to your relationships, and to your community. I was shown that God's love is boundless, and we should strive to emulate that in our interactions with others.